Hello everybody and welcome to the middle of pick phase. The Learn Dota 2 League Season 17, Week 3, this bug is still here, just making us start in media res, as this is the earliest point that I actually got recorded in the replay. Taking a look at Rylai's Bristleback Ribs, the Space Cowboy team, taking on Shadow Shaman's Swedish Shawarma. The Reedy team, with me here as usual, the Dr. Dota Randy.
So if it's in media res, does that mean we're gonna get to go back to before all the bins 30 minutes into the game?
I hope. No, just because it starts in media res doesn't mean it actually has to
Actually goes
properly
back
expose,
there, I
yeah.
guess.
Speaking of bans, a little bit of targeting going on the part of Space Cowboy here. Yeah, I immediately notice a couple of Big Boy LaCroix heroes getting banned out. That Abaddon, very notable as well. I mean, not only is it a good thing to first ban anyway, but Big Boy LaCroix been playing a lot of it recently to a lot of success, perhaps unsurprisingly.
10 seconds.
Epo ban, Carp wishes he did that.
5 seconds.
Reedy mostly banning meta stuff, though notably a couple of exceptions there. The Faceless Void and Enigma bans combined. I feel like you don't just randomly do that. Thinking about something at least a little bit. First few picks are all supports, and they're all very boring supports except for the Skyrath Mage. Neither team is yeah, all over the LD2 this season somehow. None of the cause it's Barrel Rider and he has a fetish for this hero right now. Neither of the teams are really showing their hand very much at this particular moment, I don't think. Neither team has really picked or banned anything that's obviously indicative of a strategy so far.
I think the funny Mage Slayer thing is why people are picking this, if I'm not mistaken. And people like Vlad's too. It's another classic,
yeah, people like
Vlad's Mage Slayer.
Apparently the biggest joke is, according to the guy himself, is like if you pop Shivas and Anchor Smash a camp, it just instantly deletes Ancients.
Yes.
Axe coming up on Shadow Shamans. We've seen a lot of success with the Big Boy LaCroix Axe, and this is kind of a hard Axe match so far, especially not knowing what your Pause 1 is. I don't know if he's that strong. You're freely able to do this like this. It's good to randomly chop up the supports if you catch him. He doesn't do anything at all to Tidehunter, and if Skyrath Mage is not in his call, Skyrath can just kind of kill him. That's a very bad Pause 1 pick. Sorry for, sorry
Again,
if you're Reedy.
Why is Luna getting picked? Like, I don't understand this hero. Like, I get it, it's close to 50, but I don't know, dude.
I feel it's close to 50 in pubs, so I feel like it's just so easily countered in organized games unless you're a TI level player. And I don't think we're many TI level players in LD2L. Really cannot endorse these picks.
Smurf is in this game.
Yeah. Unless Thirsty Banana is coming back, I don't know if the Luna picks. Unless you already know both your Pause 1 and Pause 3 matchup, because that's mostly what's bad for Luna. There aren't a lot of mids that explicitly own Luna. There's a couple of Pause 1s that make her have no game, and a couple of Pause 3s that are pretty bad.
Pick Spectre, pick Spectre. Pick it. It's still good. It's still good in this game. It's not even funny.
Yeah, this is a good Spectre game. Tell you what else, this is an awesome Lifestealer game. My one concern with Spectre is the Axe Skull can kind of get nasty for her later, which is something that Lifestealer doesn't have to think about at all.
Axe. I think Axe has like one of his worst win rates is against Spectre.
That's interesting to me. In my mind, that doesn't make a lot of sense. It should be a better matchup than that.
Radiant team banned.
No, they're gonna pick Sniper
or, of
instead.
course, Sniper. It's a great hero against Axe. So it's in mid. Who knows?
Yeah, most likely. They're holding their Pause 1 pick until they, I guess, get more bans out on it? I don't know. I don't really know why you would do this here. I feel like picking your Pause 1 in that. You know your off-lane matchup, and you know your safe lane matchup. You might as well just pick your Pause 1 there and use your bans trying to soften Sniper in the next round, right?
I don't know. Pick Spectre in this game.
Let's see if they do that. No Ember Spirit, no Zeus.
10 seconds
Like
remaining.
2 squishy supports, an off lane you delete from the game, a carry that will never out carry you in any game ever. Like, it's so good.
There goes Puck.
Radiant team pick.
Timber sub, man. I don't think this is a very good Timber game. I don't think any Timber game into Skywrath Mage and CM is playable. Oh look, they did exactly what you wanted.
Game. Easy game. Game's already over.
Seconds remaining.
I don't know if that's necessarily the case. I mean,
5 seconds remaining.
you would have to be living in a fantasy land to say that you couldn't see a throw in this league.
Well, game is over unless you throw, I guess.
Thinking hard about the last pick. In fact, they still have all their reserve time, so okay, there we go. It's Storm Spirit.
You may now select.
Okay, Luna's win rate into Spectre is also, it's not her worst in the game. Her worst in the game is against Darkseer, but it's 46%. It's pretty good.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like with a better Pause 1, this isn't, like, terrifying for the Reedy team. With a better Pause 1 than the Luna, this isn't, like, horrifying. Like, you pick up, like, a Wraith King or a PL in that slot instead. Well, PL's gonna have problems against Tidehunter, but only for actually doing damage to him. You can just get rid of all his mana, make him do nothing, but... yeah, put somebody else in that slot above the Luna, and I feel like this game is not that scary at all for the Reedy team, but the fact that it's Luna, they're going to have to be putting their eggs into that particular basket, makes me worry about the future of this Shadow Shaman's Swedish Shawarma lineup.
Straight to delete Sniper from the game, but does nothing to Spec.
Yeah. Yeah, the Storm Spirit's very good into the Sniper, and at the very least, if nothing else, isn't afraid of the Spectre. It's like a nothing happens situation for most of the game. Like, Spectre can't do much about him unless she builds for him, or gets one of her buddies to do something about him. Well, I mean, let's just discount that, let's make it a 1v1, because the same goes the other way. It's like, the Storm Spirit can't really kill her. He does not have enough damage to outlive that. But on the other hand, the Spectre is not really going to kill him either. So it's a 2 ships pass in the night thing for the most part. But the Luna, man. The Luna gives me the heebie-jeebies. You know, replace that Luna with a Wraith King.
Zero.
What?
Why are people picking a zero? I don't pick the
Because
zero. Because
Tortellini made a video about how Vlad's makes it good.
Vlad's Conda epic, yeah, it's very funny.
It's very funny, but it has yet to
One
prove
day
itself particularly practical.
One day it'll win a game, I'm sure.
Both sides are
30 seconds to battle.
doing some interesting things around these root spots. The Space Cowboy lineup is positioning like they're expecting a level 1 gank. The Shadow Shaman's Swedish Shawarma lineup is positioning like this, which is something.
Black hole.
The battle begins.
2 for 2 on the runes. Nobody ever even sees each other here. everybody just kind of casually runs to the lane. So I guess to fill this time, it's time for everyone's favorite part of the cast. It's time for the roll call on Rylai's Bristleback Ribs. Pause 1, you've got Phoenix, formerly known as Dish, currently known as Spectre. Pause 2, you've got Venus, finally making a proper appearance here on the Sniper. Pause 3, you have Barrel Rider on the Tidehunter. Pause 4, you've got Skywrath Mage being played by the captain of the team, Space Cowboy. And pause 5, you have Shepherdstone, who has finally changed his pro name. Used to go by Luke's. Doesn't do that anymore. He's tired of being a recon tank. And now he's Crystal Maiden. On the other side of the coin, on Shadow Shaman Swedish Shorma, pause 1, captain of the team, so it's his fault he picked this. Reedy on the Luna. Pause 2, you've got J-Bay8 on the Storm Spirit. Pause 3, Big Boy LaCroix on the Axe. Pause 4, Reflexy on the Lion. And pause 5, you've got Mitchie D on the Witch Doctor, standing in for 2-7. That's his name, isn't it? I always forget if it's 2-7 or 12-7. I guess because we've only seen him 1 week so far, and he was using, like, the wrong name during that week. Oh well.
Dire's courier has been killed.
And Reedy immediately loses his Wraithband recipe. That's annoying.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Going to run at the Skywrath Mage for that. Not really accomplish anything though. Why is the Spectre into Axe matchup bad for Axe? I'm trying to figure out exactly why this is. Guess I'm.
This is what the numbers say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I assume the numbers are correct. I'm just trying to think of why that would be in my head, because in my head this should be good matchup for Axe, like one of those where you can kind of pop blade mail at any point in the game and call, and Spectre's just going to kind of die. She's never going to be able to survive that necessarily. If she's winning, that means she is, and I'm trying to figure out what would make that the case. Maybe that heart nerf hit him harder than I thought. Maybe people aren't building around it. I don't know. I don't really know. Got a very dead-looking Skywrath Mage here for first blood. Witch Doctor catches him with a Maledict outside. If nothing else, Lucent Beam makes a nice, instant, no-fuss Maledict follow-up. It's not exactly the most damaging skill in the world, but it's enough to at least make the Maledict do quite a bit more. Space Cowboy gets all of his buttons used at the moment he comes back in. Doesn't get much done beyond that. So far, this mid lane is fairly heavily favoring the Storm Spirit, who's got nearly double Sniper's last hits at the moment. Venus, of course, was once a very big dog here in the LD2L as far as the mids go. Player told me recently that they thought Venus was, okay. What happened to Luna?
No, the Lotus. It's not worth it.
The bad Lotus trade is the answer. But, player recently told me that they thought Venus was one of the best mids, like, in LD2L history at their peak. Interesting to see if that holds true for this season. It's been quite a long time since they've really played much organized Dota on a particular level. Barrel Rider whacks a banner creep forever.
Absolutely not.
I don't think this lane favors Luna very much, surprisingly. And having the Witch Doctor is awesome, and the Witch Doctor almost solo is going to get you some kills here. But I mean, the real problem is this Kraken Shell is bad for you right now. It's going to be bad for you for the entire game. Luna likes to fight these lanes if she likes to fight at all. She really usually doesn't on attrition. And Tidehunter is just very good at winning those types of fights. He just doesn't take all that much damage. I mean, you saw it there. They dropped all their buttons on him. Skywrath has to drop a lot of mana to keep things from getting worse, don't get me wrong. But, like, they don't really do anything to the guy, and he's, even with Luna's buffs, that Anchor Smash is going to be hard to argue with in terms of getting the last hits, in terms of being an annoying thing for it to have to deal with. Especially as time goes on, I think it gets worse. As we briefly tab out here to make sure that Randy can still see this.
Yes.
Any support trades happening here in the bot lane. Crystal Maiden is going to get that Sentry Ward at the cost of half her HP bar. But she does have a stick and a Dango and is going to be able to fairly quickly get it back. Barrel may have walked a little too far up here.
Knocker. It cares a little, I guess.
Yeah, he is going to lose
not as much as
about half his
Doctor would
HP.
like him to.
Yeah, you would probably, if you're a safe laner with a Witch Doctor, you would prefer that to be a kill. And that kind of gets back to what I was talking about earlier. You can't really get rid of this guy. And you have a Skywrath Mage who is quite a bit better at this whole attrition thing than Luna is, really. What is he doing there? Quite a bit better at this attrition thing than the whole Luna is. Once he starts to get some mana items, he's going to be able to just spam Q. So Skywrath is going to be able to spam Q on Reedy, who doesn't have much of a great response to it. And their only response is going to be to drop things on Tidehunter's head, and guess what? He's already starting with the Mage Slayer, so he's going to be capable of getting a cloak if he wants it. Once again, lots dropped on Space Cowboy's head. Once again, though, the Magic Wand comes out, and once again, with all that mana used, all those cooldowns put down, they do like half his HP. Beryl starts beating up on Reedy here, almost kills him. It was a feint though. Reedy had a full Magic Wand. Spectre's having a tough time of it down here if you look at these last hit counts.
Dire's middle
What
tower is
happens?
under attack.
Getting fairly roasted by Axe, who's having a very good phase so far. Is actually going for first item Shiva's guard here. It's a bit interesting. Do I like that? I guess I wouldn't. I don't think I would like this if you didn't have a bunch of spell damage on your team to massively. Okay, what happened here, Beryl? I was talking so much about how you weren't gonna die, bro.
Getting slow already and he gets maledicted. Unfortunate.
Yep. Just stays in lane too long at too low of HP. Started with the Robe of Magi for
Dire's middle
some
tower
reason,
is under
actually. What the
attack.
hell are you building? Starting with treads? Secretly going treads here? Going diffusal blade? I don't know. Very odd. Oh wait, does this build with okay, it does, yeah. Never mind. Should have just started with the cloak rather than trying to build the Oblivion staff up first in this lane, I guess. It's like the one thing they have is magic damage, right? Just get rid of that crap. Build a robe that does nothing for you. Flexy sticking around
rest in peace.
overly long when his axe is at
Oh.
home, but
Another nice X.
so what was once a guaranteed kill on the lion actually secretly turned into Spectre is now low HP and must run away. That was pretty good on Reflexi's part if that was an intentional bait. Which, let's call it one, just to be nice. Spectre throws a Spectral Dagger for the banner creep. It gets denied anyway. Spectre cries herself to sleep tonight. Big Boy LaCroix now level 6. Witch Doctor now level dead. What happened to you, Witch Doctor? That was such a fast kill, too.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They just didn't let him go home, just ravaged him.
I don't know about that one, but sure.
Storm Spirit now up at top to take a measure of revenge. The CM, as I was kind of predicting, does die of the axe at the bottom lane.
Beryl got stunned by an ogre. Hello.
He got stunned by an ogre, and then JB took his entire camp there. Drink the bottle, JB! That counts. Drink the bottle, JP! He's not having you drink the bottle!
Well,
Lion is now
maybe-
cheapied here.
Maybe he can get that kill actually.
Tries
Okay.
to take the
Nice.
Twin Gate Express out of here. Doesn't make it double kill here for the Storm Spirit, which is good.
Dire's
Gonna take
middle
everything he
tower
can
is
get in a
under
game that looks
attack.
like this so far. The one downside is that while he was out, Sniper started getting a heck of a lot of last hits here. Got himself a nice broadsword, looking at Mask of Madness, unsurprisingly. Interesting to see the broadsword be the first item. Is that what people are doing nowadays? I don't know. Okay, let's take a look at that. Sniper, funnily enough, the moment I stopped looking at him, just walks right up. Yeah, just... Lion learns a very valuable lesson. You cannot walk, not walk into that little dip when you're 4 levels below Sniper. Just goes from 100 to 0 real quick. First eclipse of the game comes out on the Space Cowboy, and to say that it wasn't exactly a success would be a small understatement. As Luna very quickly goes down.
Oh,
This
nice
is
micro.
a great death ward, but it's not ultimately going to matter much. His Spectre
My
gets a
man
free
built
kill
it
for
up.
it.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And yeah, your man does indeed know how
Dire's middle tower
to
is under attack.
change that. Flexkey,
My man knows how to micro his death ward. Very nice.
Sniper takes out Med T1 while all this is happening.
Is under attack.
Storm Spirit walking home for a quick charge. X is diving past the T1 here. Has decided actually he wants to get an early blink after all, which is fine as well. The early Shiva's Guard, there's a lot of actually upside to it if you can sustain it. But maybe I would have actually preferred it. Ooh.
Turns out you don't really do anything to that hero.
Gets run down by 3 people here. And Sniper is about to just find this Witch Doctor here in the jungle. And Witch Doctor gets shot. These guys are having some really nasty sniper problems right about now. I assume that's probably why Big Boy LaCroix is going for the Blink Dagger here. He wants additional sniping insurance. So really, honestly, I think he would probably be better off just going for the original idea, going for the Shiva's Guard, and trusting Storm Spirit to handle it. I guess what you gotta do here, because I think he does have the dagger now. I do think this pivot is part of what got him killed there. I think if he has the Shivas at the very least, he gets the Spectre before he dies on that run down the lane on him, and that would be quite a big kill. Let's take a look at the net worth chart here. Nothing too surprising. Sniper followed by all of Dire, followed by his the rest of his cores. Diet Hunter starting to fall off a little bit. As is Mage Slayer at the very least. Three-man smoke on the Dire. Yeah, looking hard for Sniper. He is soon to walk onto Vision here. They know broadly where he is. Yep, he is walking up. He is walking up on the Witch Doctor here as Witch Doctor's friends come from the back to get rid of him. And he gets chopped in half.
Dire's top tower is under
Losing the Witch Doctor for that was a little hard to stomach, honestly, considering their position right now. But a Culling Blade on him at the very least for a second Culling Blade stack
structures
is nothing that Axe is going to be that mad about.
Radiant's courier.
Oh, and he randomly found CM's Courier here as well. How nice.
Is under attack.
CM does get the Wisdom Room, but at least will no longer be in
Dire's top
supply.
tower has fallen.
Skyrath Mage here in the GG jungle. Quite a ways behind the lines, though he is very fast. Even the lion with the Tranks is not actually able to catch up to him. kind of a problem. I mean, unfortunately for Lion, unlike Axe, who kind of had the luxury of choice, the Lion does not. He is not going to do that much in this game until Blink Dagger comes out. There's just far too much ability for the enemy team to just right-click away from him. He's too slow, he's too short of range, and he's going to be counting on his teammates to open up opportunities for him. So until that happens, he's not going to be able to operate independently at all. Axe has found the Spectre. In a somewhat compromising position, but of course the problem is, as previously mentioned, if Skywrath Mage is not in the call, then Skywrath Mage can just kill that guy, and they're dropping everything on the Storm Sphere now. Holy crap.
I must confess, YG, you have never impressed me.
So you briefly tab out there. Do not adjust your sets, it just hitched because I hit Alt Tab. Because Randy stopped talking, so I thought he stopped watching.
I can see him up.
Not really sure.
Storm Sword die.
That's good.
I assume something bad happened in that last fight.
They got Spectre and everybody died for it. That's the answer.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
At least, everybody who was at that moment of consequence died for it. Not really sure what Space Cowboy did to get, tipped. Besides killed. He did definitely get killed. Okay, so the Death Ward on Tidehunter is a very effective way to get rid of him, but unfortunately it's not an effective way to get rid of the Sniper, who's just an inch out of the range of it. Yeah, these Sniper problems are getting really bad.
Good job.
Sniper 6-1 and 2. Last time they killed him, it required a 3v1.
Structures are fortified.
Arguably a 4v1, because he had already run afoul of the Witch Doctor, but the Witch Doctor didn't do much. I mean, it was pretty much down to the Storm Spirit and the... Oh, well-timed Illusion Rune. Down to the Storm Spirit and the Axe for the most part, but... I think at this point, this is starting to get to be an unfortunate situation, because it's like... Dire needs to focus the Sniper and get rid of him. Also, if they do that, then they're taking the pressure off the Spectre, who's going to be able to freeform, and as you mentioned, if Spectre has a nice, easy game, this game is not going to be a hard game for her. What the hell do you do at a time like this?
Reconsider your choice in this carry hero, I guess. I don't know. Or at least pick it after the enemy carry is shown, like, please.
Yeah, you can't pick Luna. I don't think Luna can come out besides the last pick in this meta. Like, she can win, but she's just too binary. There's too many things that get rid of her. Like this, for example. It's 17 minutes and they're already getting rid of her that effortlessly, you know? They're gonna find the Tidehunter and try to get some compensation at least. Gonna point at his face, and then chop him in half. 3 culling blades for Axe now as a result.
Why am I not happy?
Good question. Sniper's still at the top of the net worth charts by about $1.5 grand. Storm Spirit closing in on a Kaya here. Not positing S and K at the moment.
I'll take that.
Very good. I'll check just for posterity's sake. What do you make this out of it as that? So, you know, this could be an interesting thing on him. I don't know if that's necessarily something you would want. I haven't really considered the implications of that
I've
on
never seen
Sword
that
Fight.
item in my entire life. I've
Hey.
played maybe 50, 60 games since the patch dropped. I have not seen that item one time.
If it makes you feel any better, nobody bought Wraith Pact when it was pretty much as broken on release as it ever was. So there's that. Took like many months and a lot of pro players building it for anyone to start. except me. I did it before everybody else did because I'm the best. Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor being in the position he is, this is an unfortunate game for him because I feel like this is one of these Witch Doctor classics where it's like the Death Ward's going to have a lot of impact on this game one way or the other. Like, well, I guess the other doesn't have any impact, but it's like the success or failure of the Death Wards and the amount of people they kill in a fight is going to be a direct correlation of if your team can, like, at all win this game. Axe going for the BKB at this point. I kind of get why he is. I'm not a big fan of it.
Tower is under attack.
I feel like you lose so much momentum in doing so. The better option would likely be just to avoid the situations in which you need it. Or just get rid of the Skywrath Mage, who's the only guy you really care about. Like he just did there for the 4th Culling Blade.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Sniper still well out in
Radiant's
front.
middle tower has
Axe
fallen.
does have his blade mail now, so they do at least have like a good reliable way to kill him. You know, the Axe Call plus the blade mail equals very dead Garden Gnome. Unless he's got a lot of support. Have you noticed J-Bay's team is called Swallow?
Yeah.
Explains the answer to a classic question and bad news for Camp Spit. J-Bay is not in your category. Luna is catching up to the Sniper, though, in this game. It's gonna be a little bit of a miracle if she's gonna be able to get as much done. And I mean, a game that looks like this, 12k on Sniper versus 11k on Luna is like 12k on Sniper to a 5k Pazlon matchup. Like, that's not quite this bad, you know? Reedy
Get
team
that
doing the
Tormentor.
Doing the Tormentor really slowly, actually. It turns out they really can't do this without Luna.
Okay. Well. Great objective. Oh, now you all die. Good job. What a great objective. Why'd they put this in the game?
Spectre.
Okay, it might be good.
Yeah. Spectre is going to get eaten for this, but Spectre for 3.
Again, yeah.
Again, they get the Spectre, but again, I can't imagine they feel all that happy about the trade.
Radiant structures
No, because you have to kill Sniper too, or he's also gonna win.
Dire's bottom
Like,
tower
Sniper is the imminent problem.
Dire's bottom tower
Spectre
has
is
fallen.
the eventual problem. And,
Yeah.
like, you're losing imminently.
You can see how he will help me learn what there is to learn about doing BM all chat voice lines in a learning league. Oh, Reflexy is rather happy at the moment.
Calm down, bro.
Tormentor round 2. This time Luna is TPing good.
God. Please.
And as a result, this time they can actually do it. Shard for Lion. Which in this game is not actually that bad of a thing to have. Would be really funny to see him, like, use that to, like, dodge the, the Tidehunter ult. Spectre takes Roche. Is tired of just kind of randomly dying for no reason in these scenarios. Radiant's Blade Mail now up with the Aegis, and the most important Spectre item of all, a Circlet.
I'll take that.
Yeah, of course.
Sniper looking at a Satanic. At this rate, he might get it before 30 minutes. $14k net worth in 24 minutes. Quite a lot, to say the least. The rest of his team is still lagging quite a bit behind, but Your dominance is getting a little weighty. I mean, most notably, Axe is starting to sag down to the point where Tidehunter's at, and he came out of lane super ballin'. Probably has a lot to do with the fact that he's died like 4 times since that happened.
Radiant are scanning.
Space Cowboy walks into a ward. And Space Cowboy gets his cojones picked. Spectre jumps on the Axe, loses like half her HP, doesn't matter because Spectre jumps on the Axe, loses half her HP, does not matter because Luna in as short a time loses basically 100% of her HP.
Yes.
Which is again kind of down to what I was talking about earlier, like with a pause 1 matchup that's not as terrifying, like that is okay. Like if you're in a pause 1 matchup like that, and at least without Aegis, Spectre just loses half of her HP bar in a half a second, you're going, awesome! Unfortunately, you're Luna, and you lose 100% of your HP in the time she loses half of hers, and so you say, damn,
Tower has fallen.
she's not even doing the funny Vlad's build, she's just doing the Mask of Madness disassemble. Which,
Yeah,
I don't know if
fair.
that really helps or hurts. I don't think it does anything in this scenario, to be honest with you. I don't think I think your issue is going to not really make it not really matter what you're building, to be honest with you.
Now the only question is
Yeah.
where to strike.
All right. Alright, are taking his sweet, sweet time going for that Shiva's guard. It is as baller for his team as it is for theirs. I mean, you know, the thing I said... Alright. The thing I said before about Shiva's guard is that the thing that makes Shiva's guard OP is not being good in every game. Because, just to be frank, there's some games where it's like a 4 out of 10. The thing that makes Shiva's Guard OP is that when it's a good game for Shiva's Guard, it is ludicrously good. It is criminal how much you get for it. And, outgoing spell damage on a team that looks like Axes and outgoing spell damage on a team that looks like Tidehunters are both very good. Incoming spell damage is not something Sniper is going to concern himself about, though he's going to get shattered by Luna and Storm Spirit on the back line. Actually, the Spectre only barely clawing away from that.
So that's what happens if you let the sword go on your sniper. I think actually Spec should be in on this. He has Aegis. He agrees. And therefore they all die. I think if he goes in like sooner, maybe that fight turns out worse for Dire. Not sure why he backs.
Yeah, I mean, he backed because he's getting circled a lot by Luna. He backed because he went down to like 30% HP. I guess probably not consciously thinking about the Aegis.
I guess.
Storm Spirit is mad, wants his funny revenge kill. Lion gets his 5th Finger of Death kill, I think. It's always hard to tell on the Lion Finger Death kills, because there's just like the weird, like, not minute and a half, the weird, like, 15 seconds where it just still counts randomly afterwards. It's not very...
It's like your finger has to... Well, it has to prevent people from KSing constantly with it, I guess. It's like, that's to happen, like, imminently before they die, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty opaque. Pretty vague. Axe's BKB is done. So a little questionable how much is going to help him deal actual damage. But at the very least, it'll keep him alive in the face of the Skywrath and the CM. They're not in the call. Let him have more freedom with that. I'm back and I'm pissed. Luckily, someone made a stack for me. That's what Reedy's saying right now. And Lion just got that one of those creeps with his stun. As everybody takes some dandelion amulets, except Witch Doctor. Manta style now up on the Spectre. teams about to find each other here in the jungle. Lion is going to get absolutely shattered. Spectre, oh, this is
Reedy.
that was quite the Glimmer Cape, but did not survive the Sentry Ward as it turned out. Yeah, this team is starting to get run over, and it's becoming increasingly common. Storm Spirit is unavailable to reach for comment. Feels like there's been a lot of these fights that have been this 3 and under club getting hammered. And I don't know. I mean, I think it is partially casualty of the pick. It's a tough Storm Spirit game outside of specifically the sniper matchup. It does feel like the very narrow bridge that this team had to actually winning is getting compromised to at least some degree by Storm Spirit's commitment to non-interference. His pacifist nature perhaps getting the best of him. Double damage on the sniper just to add insult. Well, actually, just to add injury to injury, really. I was going to say add insult to injury, but no. DD on sniper adds injury to injury to make an injury sandwich. As Crystal Maiden very happily highlights areas of the map for everybody. I have no idea what's happening in comms right now. I imagine it's a lot of fun. CM says, go Roche! I say won't be up for 10 and maybe longer. That looks like a very long potential clock. Answer is... oh no, it's immediate. Wow, lowest possible Roche timer. Good news for any fans of the Reedy in the audience today. Storm Spirit cares not for this Tidehunter. He would rather just get the, oh, great dodge. Rather just get the Skywrath made, but unfortunately...
he's in trouble.
He's
Oh, Witch Doctor.
Good,
Doctor does no damage. Unfortunate.
good hypothetical death war, but the problem is same as ever, everybody's just walking away from it.
That was unreal. Dota 2 is a private battle.
Shiva's Guard, not coming soon to a Tidehunter near you. He has decided he would like to get Pipe of Insight first. The Aegis coming soon to a Spectre near you, as both she and Sniper are going to get Scotty. That's something you see terribly often, more than one Scotty on a team. Luna trying to go for a Silver Edge, which I mean is something. They're not rolling over and dying on the Reedy team. It's pretty good, but it's like the disparity is getting worse and worse. I think the best way you can see it is in the support net worths. Like the Radiant have had such an advantage for so long that their supports are trending at around a grand higher than the Lion and 1.5 higher than the Witch Doctor. And they're not farming. These guys are not hitting creeps, you know. Dire has just lost so much money from dying compared to the amount of money that Radiant has gotten from getting random kills. Storm Spirit was really hoping to just randomly pop Spectre's Aegis there. Very idealistic about actually getting that, I think. But at least he was trying. Spectre complete on the Sniper. Spectre. Scotty complete on the Sniper. Who is at this point 5 slotted. He has a Wraith Band to trade out for something. That's about it.
Where's the Dragon Lance? It's not a slot.
Hypothetically true, I suppose. Typically gonna build that to a Hurricane Pike. Guess so far it's not looking like it's going to be overtly necessary, though. Seems like Sniper is able to manage in this game just fine without. Everybody is looking at uphill. Sniper's trying to pick at it. Trying to elicit a good response. Doesn't actually catch anyone. All the Titan roll gets is the Lion and the Luna, who sadly is not particularly relevant to any kind of defense. Doesn't matter anyway, as the counter engagement for Dire is a major disaster. 3 people die, and Reedy decides to spare us of the eternal uphill and goes home.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Radiant victory.
In fact,
Well played,
everybody
well played.
says GG. You know, Barrel Rider's been complaining about me not making these post-game analyses long enough, which is why I've been trying to hammer them recently. But this is an unfortunate one. This is just a collapse in draft. They just could not have won this game reasonably unless Radiant team through. Spectre into Luna is an unplayable Pazlum matchup. It did not matter how good or bad Reedy did. It did not matter what he bought or didn't buy. It's just like that. Just Spectre was gonna have to screw up. That was the one. That was the one key component he had. I think the Axe played well, in spite of it. Classic Big Boy LaCroix situation there for you, I guess. The Axe played well in spite of it. Had some good moments, but the everything else just fell apart. Felt like Storm Spirit was on a different page. It felt like the communications there were not great. I have a feeling this Reedy team in general has some overbearing communication issues. I mean, if their drafts don't give that one away, but it felt like the communications were bad. It felt like Axe and Storm Spirit were not on the same page, and it felt like for there to be any chance in this game, there had to be. But even that chance would still probably only exist if the Radiant threw. That was pretty much the long and short of it. Some good goes in Spectre early. Good, at least strategic decisions in trying to deal with the Sniper. Some of them, I think maybe Big Boy LaCroix got a little overly creative for his, for what he was doing. But it was just open and shut, all said and done in draft. Let's see what happens next time. Oh yeah, thanks for saying GG, by the way. And not making us wait 2 hours to see you lose this game.